Jetzt schon, ja.
In early concepts, this was meant to be a sort of wine testing room and directly connected to the wine cellar. The reason for the whole wine testing thingy was that we planned on having more laboratories in later levels, so a lab here as well felt kind of strange. Then things changed and only one lab was left in the design, so we
Meine Fresse. Lade mich gerade zwei Leute so einer behinderten Community ein, Alter. Hier habe ich ja schon alles. Ich habe kein Öl. Muss das jetzt nicht. Ja. Das nochmal. Geh doch rein. Nee, falsch. Scheiße, ja. Ah, so wirft man Sachen, okay. Hä? Was ist das? Stimmt, ich habe das Säureteil. Ah. Auch kann man die Fackel nicht mitnehmen? Jo, wie es regnet.
The particle editor is also a fine part of the tool bundle, and it is what we use to create particle effects for maps and events. We use particles to do nice effects like the flames in torches and the smoke that comes out from them. All we have to do is add one or more particle emitters, set up some parameters like starting position and speed, and all sorts of fadings in size, color or speed. It's funny how you can simulate all kinds of effects with such simple elements. I very much recommend you to try it yourself. Scattered throughout the game, you can see some signs written in Latin. The reason for using it is that it was considered a language of culture and science, as most scientific and philosophy authors wrote their works and treatises in it.
Junge, warum hört man das so auf dem rechten Ohr? Das ist so ekelhaft.
Pretty smart guy that has been around since the Renaissance period, Latin all around the place was something we should expect. Being the only guy in the team
Halt die
to have
Fresse.
direct contact with Latin. If you haven't followed our development blog back when it started, you might have missed one of the biggest changes in our production pipeline. 2 years back, we started a toolset side project to ease and speed up the creation of content for the game. I'd say the level editor, which is what we, or more specifically James, Mark and Marcus, have used to build all the halls and corridors you are working through right now, is the big start of the pack. Its workings in a nutshell, while all the models and assets are actually made in software like Maya or Blender, everything geometry-wise in the levels is put together in it. Then lighting and sweet details like decals and fog are added in. While this approach might sound simple, really nice stuff can come out from it.
Ah, hier muss ich doch weiter, oder nicht? Kann man nicht irgendwie zu den Effekten? Mach ich mal an. Ja, bisschen schneller. Bisschen langsamer. Jetzt. Hä? Es ist mit Säure gefüllt. Da nicht. Ah!
This is one of the many hub levels in the game, and this is a design concept that we started out with in Penumbra. The idea is to give the player some freedom on where to go, but at the same time give a clear objective. In this level, the slime obstacle is the thing that the player needs to get past, and all other levels then have things needed to do so. The slime itself is one of the few puzzles left from the initial designs, and the one I'm probably the least proud of. Now that slime appears all around, it feels a bit forced that you need to have a potion on the slime. Many
Warum macht
testers
das
also
Schaden?
complained that they wanted other options in getting rid of the slime, like burning it. However, creating a potion is the central theme for these hubs, so we had to let it be. I don't think it's that bad, but we probably could have redesigned it if we had the time.
Aha. Noch so ein Tutorial-Scheiß-Ding.
This level was first called Distillery, and if you check the data file, it's still named as such. Now, for some reason, I told Micken, our writer, that it was called Refinery, and the voiceover was recorded with the wrong name. Since it's easier to change a name than a piece of voice data, we had to rename it. I'm glad I said Refinery though, and not King's Hall or Grandma's Vegetable Patch. That would not have been as fitting.
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Ach, hier fängt das schon an, oder was? Nee, wie konnte... Ja, so. Ist da was? Oh, warte, meine Nase. Ich glaube, ich habe echt das Spiel. Ey. Ich glaube, ich muss das Spiel neu starten. Können die mich töten? Vorwärts. Okay, vorbei. Was ist das für eine unnötige Scheiße, weil... Hä, ja, bringt dann nichts. Ja, fick dich. Haha.
22nd of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision. In retrospect, I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Machen die mir immer noch Schaden? Ja. Oh, scheiße.